What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. We are now on part 16 of our Better Than Napoleon achievement, and from the last episode, if we go over stability and expansion, you can see that we are still under the French Wars of Religion. This whole thing would have been prevented had I have had an Inquisitor, and unfortunately, I never had that opportunity. So right now we are improving the religious unity of course, our empire here. And the goal is to disable or to dissipate this French Wars of Religion disaster. We're going to need a stability of 1, and unfortunately, we are going to need a religious unity of 90%. In the meantime, we are going to let the timeline go. And it looks like we have a small loan that, of course, we need to pay off. And, of course, it would be very, very nice to have an Inquisitor. So let's go ahead and look at our clergy, of course. We won't be able to recruit an Inquisitor until the year 1569, which of course is very, very long. Looks like we've also received 1% missionary strength. Let's go ahead, start improving the religious unity of the rest of our empire here. Day of the Barricades. Public uprising on the 12th of May, 1588. Catholic Paris against Henry III, who was considered too moderate and hesitant in dealing with Protestants. We could either flee from Paris, or of course we could stay and fight. Do I really want to lose 25 prestige? I definitely don't want to have to deal with 36,000 troops. Let's go ahead and lose a little bit of prestige. We have a new mission here. We could annex Genoa, improve relations, or of course remove Liege from the map. I think we'll go ahead and improve our relations. Looks like we don't have a free diplomat at the moment. The assassination of Henry of Guise. We could either assassinate him and gain 25 prestige, or of course we could lose 1 stability. I don't think I really want to have to deal with a loss of stability. So unfortunately, I am going to have to take out most of these, I believe, religious regiments here. Let's go ahead, start bringing back some of our troops. Looks like we don't have any. Ooh, and we're about to have Protestant rebels here in England as well. I think what we'll do is hopefully by the next month we'll be able to pop some of these rebels, and of course we'll go ahead and do the assassination when we can. I really don't want to spread my line too thin. Where will these units pop? Looks like they're going to be uprising here in southeastern France. I'll be able to bring some of these troops down from England and start this assassination for 25 prestige. Let's see here. Unfortunately, these aren't even cogs. They are all going to be light ships, of course, or caravels. Let's bring our cogs over. Into Coup. Back over to, I believe this is Essex. Let's pick up these 10,000 troops. I really don't want to lose any stability. And of course, our last troops in London. And we'll move all of these units to Paris. And we'll attach a general. And it looks like we have enough military power for 1 more, getting a 3-1 general. And of course, our last regiment of 10,000 troops. Do we have, we still don't have the right boats. Are they coming up? And our last bit of units, moving them across the shore. And of course, here comes our assassination. It's going to be a lot of troops we got to deal with. And now we have our uprisings. We may be able to take out these units as well. We have 52,000 manpower. We are going to lose quite a bit, all to save 1 stability. And the game is paused. We're going to have all of our troops meet up in one province and then, of course, head over to the next area. Nobility estate loses 10 influence. Now, I'm not sure how well our northern army will fare. Looks like England has entered into a military coalition. And, of course, we now have an even bigger uprising to deal with. And we are going to bring these troops up, shift-click them down into Nantes here. Woo! That was quite a lot of manpower to lose just to save 1 stability. I do believe it will be worth it, though. And we'll move the rest of our troops closer. And we are letting some of our troops replenish, of course. Gaining 6 papal influence, even though I believe none of that necessarily matters. We are going to be improving the Catholic faith here. We are still attempting to repay some of these loans. And of course, looks like this army here is about to be on the move. Let's add a general here, René de Roux. This was quite a bloody uprising, but we should be able to quell them very quickly. All because we didn't have an Inquisitor, and we spent about a year trying to, you know, purchase one, but unfortunately the game did not want us to have an Inquisitor. Unfortunately, we are now at negative manpower, so let's go ahead, recapture some of these territories, and hopefully start building up some manpower as well. Head some units back into Paris, and of course some of these can stay in Normandy. We are going to go ahead, reduce our maintenance. There's no reason to be paying a full maintenance, especially when we are not at war. And of course we have a national unrest, -1 from a new vintage. Now, we do have the opportunity to improve our diplomatic technology. I believe we will, bringing us to diplomatic technology 11. And now we are up to speed. I believe we do have an extra idea slot we could go ahead and pursue. I'll most likely either be getting economic ideas, could of course be getting aristocratic ideas, but ooh, influence ideas will be nice as well. Looks like we are further converting to the true faith of Catholicism. Let's convert the Protestants to Catholic here in Essex. And of course, I think I will go ahead and improve our army maintenance just a little bit, start to wear away at this manpower, giving us, of course, some fully healed regiments. Of course, we only are getting about 756 manpower every single month. That is a lot, and we have an alliance from Denmark. I'm not necessarily sure if we want to honor this. They have a personal union with Sweden, Norway, and the Palatinate. They could be a very useful ally against Austria. I think we will go ahead and accept this alliance. And I believe we did have a personal union. I'm not too sure. And of course, we now have 4 out of 5 diplomatic relations. And we are going to work on our mission to improve our relationship with Genoa. Hopefully, if we can get over 100, we'll complete our mission here and we will be able to get another diplomatic relations slot. Still chipping away at this manpower, of course. Our truce with England has, of course, expired. Urbino expires on the 15th of 49, and of course the Papal States will expire in 6 years after our most recent conquest of the southern provinces, of course. Now, I believe I will go ahead and repay this loan, assuming that I have enough money. And, of course, we are now free of loans. Still chipping away here at our manpower. And, unfortunately, it looks like we aren't going to be getting to positive 100 anytime soon, because we demoted the Pope and raised the King to have all religious authority in France. Let's split this regiment over and bring them to Barry, of course. All of our ships have been constructed. We're going to go ahead, consolidate our regiments, and bring them all to the Straits of Dover or even the coast of Holland. I believe we've completed all of our ships. And if we go over to our military map mode here, you can see that we have 63 caravels in all. We are going to take these 20 units, protect our trade in the Genoa trade node, boosting our income from trade by about 1.5. I'll have to double check that once again. We already have 8 units protecting the English Channel, and of course we'll add another 35 very soon, but I think what I will do is bring these units to protect the English Channel, bring these 15 over to protect the Bordesian trade node, and what I'll also do is, because these units are already protecting our trade, let's even them out at a positive 30 ships, and we'll construct 2 more just in case. Like I said, we are still improving our manpower here. It will take some time. It might even be very beneficial to get some sort of national manpower modifier, but unfortunately, this will cost 165 ducats. I'm not too sure if that's exactly what we want to be paying for the time being. We have 2 lazy diplomats. Let's start improving relations somewhere. Having Switzerland as a friend could be very nice. Castile tell us they have inherited the throne of Aragon. Charm and beauty are sometimes as effective as cannons. We have new casus bellis against Castile. And of course, Aragon no longer exists. How much does Spain like me? We are at positive 91. Naples should be the next to go. Not sure how I feel about Spain and annexing all of Aragon, but of course, they are my ally. So keep your friends close and your enemies closer, I suppose. My next mission, assuming that I can somehow find the manpower, is I will be taking over these provinces. Obviously, they are in a coalition against me. Let's begin to fabricate some claims, build our spy network up. I believe if we go to our diplomatic map mode, we only have 1 claim here against Flanders. We'll need to change that as soon as we can. And in the meantime, we are trying to get rid of this disaster. We're most likely going to have it for quite some time. You know, if we look at certain provinces like Auteuil, should be right over here. You know, they're going to have this religious zeal until the year 1568, which is, oh my goodness, 27 years from now. Not anything that I wanted for the time being. We could go ahead and try to annex Burgundy. If we do that, let's see. Hold on. We do have border friction. Let's go ahead. This will obviously anger Spain, and that's not really something that I want to be proud of. But fortunately, it will dissipate over time. Now, of course, I could try to outright annex Burgundy. They do have claims on a variety of land over here, including Brabant. Really only 2 provinces, or maybe 3. I definitely won't be attacking Savoy anytime soon. Obviously, they are our ally, and we want to keep it that way. Certainly, my next war goal is either going to be England, or of course, some of these lower territories here. I think I'll go ahead, start improving relations with Holland. Maybe have them break away from this coalition. Obviously, Liege hates us very much. And right now, we are gaining 16 ducats a month. And we are slowly making our way back to our manpower loss. We could go ahead and get some additional manpower, and of course, another general. This would anger, you know, my nobility quite a lot. But I think I would like to have another general. And we are going to go ahead, start working on Oxfordshire. But unfortunately, this will take quite some time to complete. We have a new general and a 1-2-2, not necessarily the worst. Or, of course, it could be this man as well. I'm not too sure which one it is. I'm assuming it's this one, this general, because we have the option to dismiss him as well. And, of course, we are getting ready to prepare for our war against either Flanders or, of course, England. If we go over to our diplomatic map mode, looks like we don't have any cores, or at least any claims, that we could press. We might want to go ahead and fix that very soon. And if we hover over Brabant, we could improve our relations again. Let's try to get them positive. Venice has called us to arms. Brothers and sisters of the faith, we certainly do not want to be fighting the Ottomans. I will waste that 500 gold. I'm not necessarily sure if I'll lose any prestige, because it wasn't an alliance, but of course I do lose a lot of power projection. And because that happened, I now have an extra general. I think we'll go ahead and offer the leaders something to drop their demands. We now have full manpower, but unfortunately, we are not at our maximum manpower limit. We have full forces, don't need to have any more units. Try to trickle in over time, and because we aren't trickling in units, let's go ahead, try to save up some more ducats. We are getting 37 gold every single month, and once we have these 3 provinces, it is only going to grow and grow over time. And we are now trading in tobacco. England has declared war, which of course means we could attack them very soon. Scotland would join in, unfortunately. What I really want most of all are these 3 territories. Not a lot of people hate us other than, of course, the units over here. Who would join in? It looks like Austria, Friesland, and of course, every member of the coalition. Once we have more manpower, we'll go ahead and we'll declare our war, conquering Flanders. I wonder if we'd be able to call in some of our brothers and sisters of the faith and possibly even, you know, call over Denmark. You know, Spain could join as well. Looks like they are in a war against Benin and Ashanti. Most likely over in this area, of course. And very soon, we're going to go ahead and declare war. I would like to go ahead and have Holland break away. This will happen once we get to positive 50. I'm fairly certain they will break away. And we are improving the relations with Brabant. If we look at our new idea groups, it would be very, very nice to limit the amount of aggressive expansion we gain. It could be very nice as well to not have to ever worry about inflation. But of course, having more, you know, technology You know, always having more diplomatic power, administrative power could always prove very, very nice to have. Never dealing with rebels again could be nice as well. I think I would really like to have influence. You know, having more prestige, of course, ensures that our morale is always high. Our aggressive expansion is lower as well. Looks like we finally converted London, bringing us up to 82%. And once, of course, we get to 25, we'll go ahead and we'll fabricate our second claim. And let's bring some of these troops up. Now that we have positive 66 on Holland here, they should be breaking away from this coalition very soon. And once Holland breaks away, of course, some of these other countries could follow very, very soon. Not sure that Brabant will make it in time. We might go ahead and send them a nice gift. You know, I think what I am going to do, it could be very useful to have, you know, more aggressive expansion, always have some more prestige, and of course, well, I really don't necessarily know. You know, I could get more prestige up here, always having another general, or even better generals over with noble officers. Let's go ahead. We're going to send Brabant some money. Trying to get 25 relations. It might cost a little bit of coin. 250. Not the worst, but it will bring us to positive 61. And now Brabant likes me. As soon as they leave, we will declare our war. Let's bring our maintenance up just a little bit. And nothing we can really do about some of these other countries. Let's ensure that Spain is topped off. And of course, we will offer them military access. I can't believe we haven't done that yet. And we have 26 spy network. We will fabricate our claim. Obviously, we want the coastal province of Ghent. And of course, we are waiting for Holland to break away from this coalition. And as soon as they do, we will go ahead and declare war. They have negative 48, which is obviously less than 50. Both of these countries should break away any turn. And once they do, we are going to absolutely decimate them. Let's bring these ships up to full strength. We'll upgrade them from early Carracks to Carracks. And move these two ships closer to the front line into Calais. And of course, every month that we wait, we are going to be getting a little bit more manpower. A new papal controller. You can invest in new technology. I think we will go ahead and research Man of War. Now at Diplomatic Technology 12. I would really like to get improved military technology before we begin our next war. Looks like nobles ally with foreign power. Unfortunately, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm not necessarily sure we want to lose 33 administrative power, and 10 loyalty loss could be detrimental as well. We are going to take the prestige hit, but of course gains a little bit of loyalty, which will prove quite useful when we go ahead and raise additional levies, bringing our manpower up as well. And all we're necessarily waiting on is, you know, these countries love us. They're very friendly. Very soon, they're going to drop this coalition, and when they do, we are going to swallow all of Flanders. Now, I understand that they do have negative 67 aggressive expansion. We will go ahead and vassalize them. You know, really what I don't want to do is make all of these countries hate me even more. Is Burgundy allied with anybody? Looks like they aren't. I could swallow them as well. Let's build a spy network. Alright, Burgundy has left the coalition. They should be joining any second now. Let's go ahead, activate all forts. Flanders has left. And any second, Brabant will leave as well. Well, of course, since these countries aren't even in the coalition, we'll go ahead and declare very soon. I am going to go ahead and end the episode here, but obviously I will not be ending my stream. This is just for my YouTube series. So as always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.